Hello, wonderful people. It's Miss Tiff Dance here. My channel is about self improvement, self awareness, um, living life to your fullest potential, life skills, and self improvement. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and drop a comment. Feel free to drop comments in the comment section. I do read them as I do my live streams. I also would like you guys to know that I do have a Patreon account. A donation button on PayPal is listed in my description link, in my description section on my channel. And also copies where you can purchase my CD and my book are available also in my description button. So let's get started with today's topic, and that would be the importance of setting proper boundaries. Okay, so I created my own term of what boundaries are. And I need to learn how to have a boundary of shutting off my phone when I am doing live streams for the randoms that I get, like that right there. Okay, so I created my own definition of what it looks like to have a boundary. And that is setting limitations and guidelines and putting rules in place to ensure appropriate and respectful treatment from others to yourself, and how to proceed when that boundary is violated. I'll repeat that. Setting limitations, guidelines, and rules in place for others to follow to ensure that they are being appropriate and respectful and give you that respectful treatment for yourself, and how to proceed when the boundary has been violated by someone. So I wrote down a couple of things, pointers that I wanted to mention. Hello, Dallas. Boundaries can be crossed by friends, family, our children, our spouses, our life partners, our coworkers, our strangers, bosses, instructors, service providers, coaches, social media followers, business partners, and even ourselves. So it's best to instill boundaries early on, but if you haven't instilled a boundary with someone, it's never too late to do it. But as soon as you're aware that one needs to be put in place, it is your chance to execute and do it as quick as possible. So with children, we need to learn and teach them that good touch, bad touch. You know, there's a boundary there. There's a boundary for stranger danger. Who's safe? Who's not safe? Friends, there's a tone that you use to talk to your friends. And there's a tone that you don't use to talk to someone who is not a friend. A boss, there is a boundary of a tone to speak to your boss, or someone that is, that has authority over your paycheck, management, whatever. So there's a way, to talk to people. Your tone of voice says a lot, and we have to make sure that proper boundaries are being set so that we don't, cross them with people. Communication is the key to a lot in life. It really is. And strong relationships, that's a key. Strong relationships is built off of communication. Successful businesses are built off of communication. Hello there. Good parenting is built off of communication. and proper boundaries are built off of communication. The earlier communicated, the better. Protecting your values by having people honor them is setting a healthy boundary. They don't give always what we want. They don't give others what we want, but they give others what they need. So it's important to set boundaries and almost with every people you interact with in your life. It's a certain boundaries, whether it's small, whether it's big, but something needs to be put in place nonetheless. And communication of boundaries goes by body language, gestures, touch, verbalizing, tone of voice, as we spoke of. Those are all ways that you can communicate with someone what your boundary is. And some people don't like setting boundaries. They don't want to appear controlling. But it's not necessarily about control. It's about the level of, like I said, value that you have for yourself. And you want others to see you with that same quality, that same value as well. So if you don't set them in a situation, the truth of the matter is they will continue. So if you don't want your cousin Larry to borrow money from you or stop asking you for money, he will ask and ask and ask unless that boundary is set and he is told to not. When you get paid, it's not just you that's getting paid, it's you and cousin Larry that's going to get paid. If you don't set your boundary and let them know that once is enough, twice is enough. You don't have to be the Bank of America or some ATM for someone else's benefit because you don't want to tell them no. No, set your boundary. Everybody needs to know, friends and family, because they will take advantage. Boundaries are the difference between healthy lifestyles and unhealthy lifestyles. So setting healthy boundaries is important because if you don't, then you'll have no boundaries at all, and that will lead to an unhealthy lifestyle. Another reason why people don't set boundaries is because they fear something. They fear a reaction from a person, being the bad person or the mean person. They may lose someone, a friend, boyfriend, they don't want to lose by speaking up. So therefore they become passive aggressive or just let anything slide. And that is out of fear. So that's number one reason why boundaries aren't set, because people fear something, losing something or someone, and all of the rest of the things that I had mentioned. For me, I was dating someone and, I liked him a lot. I thought he was amazing, thought he was potential. I'm like, oh, I'm rooting. I'm on team you. Okay. So like, what's up? We got along, but then we'd have a disagreement. And then it'd be like, oh, shut down, stop talking. The moment he texts, I go right back to talking to him again. Because I was just so happy. I'm like, oh, wow, Sam again, And, we'd be in a good space. And then all of a sudden, we get into another disagreement. And the same thing happened again, back off for a few days, come back into it. And it became a never-ending cycle until I had to end it by setting a boundary and saying, no, this is not okay, and set the terms. Because if I didn't say, what I did was I stopped responding. I stopped texting. I stopped not answering the phone, and that set my value to that person. That set me at a higher standard. I felt better because the cycle will continue as long as you let it. But because I didn't have a boundary at the time in place, the cycle kept, the person was accustomed to keep on doing the same things. And same with you. If you are in a cycle of somebody doing something that you do not like, it's because there is no boundary set in place. And it's going to continue. Boundaries, I mean, cycles don't break on their own. They keep on continuing. They keep on going. So make sure that you stop something early on. How to set your own boundaries. I say when it comes to self, because we also, like I mentioned earlier on in the live, you have to set boundaries with yourself too. Social media. Don't be constantly on your phone. At dinner time, let it be dinner time. At family time, let it be family time. Dinner dates, let it be that. Turn your phone off. You cannot always be hooked on your phone at all. Step into the 90s when it's time to eat or when it's time to do something that involves other people. Because if you don't, then that cell phone activity that you're doing is blocking your communication. And what did we say earlier on? Communication is the key to a lot of things, especially when it comes to setting boundaries. I was on a date once. I'm gonna be telling y'all examples all day, but I was on a date once and I whipped out my phone and he was like, so you gonna be on your phone all day, all the whole dinner? And I'm just like, it kind of caught me off guard, but I didn't think of nothing of it. So apparently I subconsciously do this, pick up my phone, go on it, check text, check my YouTube, check this or whatever, and do it throughout dinners until that person brought that to my attention and made me now aware and conscious, like, okay, well, yeah, dinner time is for dinner, not for texting, because I can do that. Also, it's rude, very, very rude. You don't want to be rude to people, your family, your friends, whoever you're dating, whatever, loved ones, and be on the phone the whole time. So that's a boundary you can start setting for yourself now. Okay, I'm putting my cell phone away. It's an addictive thing. Cell phones are addictive. They say cell because, like it keeps you in a cell, like in jail or whatever, a cell phone jail, they call it a cell phone, hence the word cell, because you're confined to that phone. But yeah, I had to cut that out and I don't do that anymore. At least I try not to, unless it's something, crazy. But arguing back with people on social media too, especially as a YouTuber. Control what you will allow or what you will not allow on your channel. You don't have to go back and forth and block them. There is a beautiful button called unblock, unfollow, unsubscribe. You don't have to deal with it. So make sure that you're putting your social media blocks up, because your followers and subscribers, those who are YouTubers, don't want to see a whole bunch of banter with you and no name Fred 0022 that you don't even know, going back and forth about something that you means nothing. Who is he? And you don't want him on your channel giving him time for no reason. Anyway, so setting boundaries within yourself starts with social media, because social media is a big world. Like, this is the world we live in. It's a digital world. Everything is about the cell phone. Everything is about social media. Everything is about, being online, Zoom, but sometimes we just have to sit back and take a break and enjoy life, because like I always say in all of my videos, life is meant to be enjoyed. Listening to your gut is another way that you can really set a boundary. Your gut tells you something. That feeling, that rolling in your stomach, it's not there for no reason. It's there for a reason, to tell you, to give you a warning sign, a signal, and you have to listen to that. Your intuition, your gut will tell you what boundary to set as well. So make sure you listen to it. Get in tune with your emotions, because emotions are really strong. And that's something that you want to master. I know it's always a work in progress. As adults, children learn. Even as adults, we struggle with it. So you don't have to be the nice person either. That is something people do. They people please. They like to people please. So, setting a boundary may mean that, oh, this person won't think I'm nice, or this person won't like me. And I know there's a movie called A Bronx Tale. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it or seen it or whatever, but I know that Sonny was saying to Collagenol, he said, is it better to be feared he was saying something about feared and loved. He'd rather be feared than loved. I don't agree with that exactly. I'd rather be loved, but in relation to the topic of boundaries, it's like, would you rather be respected or being nice? Which one would you rather be? The person who's the nice person or the person who's respected? Respect lasts a lot longer than somebody telling you, oh, you're nice for 3 seconds. So I'd rather be the person who is respected versus the nice person, because, nice people, they say nice person finishes last, but respect lingers. Respect lasts a long, long time. Respected and loved. Yeah. What does it say? Exactly. My generation doesn't know how to communicate anymore because they're so hooked on social media and technology. Yeah. And it's not even your generation. My dad is on social media. He's 85. He's on Facebook. At that age, you're not going to go to a party and, shake a tail feather or whatever. You're going to do some things. But I think that it's at all ages that social media, can take precedence over living life and actually, enjoying it. And that's what we need to work on, and we grow, and we do, is enjoy life. So, hi everyone who came in late. I just wanted to go over, this is a very quick live, boundaries, setting limitations, and having rules in place. We need to set boundaries for our friends, family, our children, our spouses. We need to set boundaries for everybody. And drop comments or questions if you have any questions in the live chat. I love to answer them. I love to talk. I'm a talker. Can't shut me up. But why would you want to? Don't you like hearing me talk? Anyway, communication is the key to everything. This is something that I had went over the earlier communicated, the better. The boundaries don't go away. They will keep on going. It is even quiet people. It is a time to be quiet. It is a time to speak up. And you can speak up. You can go back to being quiet after you speak up about your boundary. Speak it up. Passive aggressive people, too. There's a time to be passive aggressive. There's a time to speak up. You still got to speak up and set your terms, because if you don't set your terms, other people will. And you lose your control. You lose your value. You lose yourself into possibly people pleasing. And who wants to do that? So yeah, don't let your cousin Larry borrow something every weekend. Your cousin Larry ain't working at your job with you. He don't deserve none of your paycheck. So make sure that you say, cousin Larry, you didn't borrow from me one time. You got to go. Peace out. Okay. You got to get. So yeah, boundaries are different between, boundaries of having a healthy lifestyle versus an unhealthy lifestyle. That determines what boundaries you set. The boundary you don't set is the unhealthy lifestyle. The boundary that you set is a healthy lifestyle. I know, even in YouTube, as a YouTuber, it's like addictive. Okay. So you get hype off of YouTube. And I'll be sending out text messages sometimes telling my friends and family, hey, check this video out, because I'm so happy about my videos. I'll be proud of my little videos and whatnot, because I'll be working hard. And I'll be saying, I got checked, okay? And said, dag, no hello, no nothing. All you want to, do is just send me a link. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I thought that me explaining my situation in advance and how it works would suffice. But no, people are human. That person set that boundary. Like, no, you ain't gonna come on my text message and just, send me a text message saying, here, watch this. But they weren't mean about it. I mean, a little to the point, didn't rub off well. But that boundary was created. It's like, oh, my life is not your life. My life is not YouTube. There's life outside of YouTube. So I'm glad that they said that, because it made me more conscious about how I deal with other people. And I never want to be that one to impose or bombard people with my stuff. I really don't. I, never do. So, but that boundary was put in place, and it made me aware, because sometimes it's not even that people do things intentionally. People just don't know. And they'll do things until you say something. I think In Vogue had a song, Free Your Mind, the rest will follow. Is that In Vogue? I don't know. Am I telling my age? But free your mind. Speak it up. You can't just sit there and let things fester and get mad and then you explode like Carrie did off that movie when she was on the prom, and when they did the pig and the blood and all that stuff. She didn't set her boundaries. Y'all remember that movie? It was 1970. I think it's Sissy Spacek. I don't know. But anyway, she exploded. Boundaries were not set in order. They didn't know who they was messing with. At the end, they got the chance to see a bad side of somebody. But it's all about setting boundaries. Hey, let's see. Beware of narcissist people. I just got away from one. Yeah, narcissistic people, they have no boundaries. They have no boundaries. You have to set your boundaries up front, because you will get walked over. And that is not a cool life. I wouldn't want none of y'all to do that. Get walked over. But you know what? As adults, as human beings, we don't want to naturally disappoint, which is why we don't set boundaries too. But you'd rather, I would say, you wouldn't want to disappoint somebody, but you also don't want to disappoint yourself. You have to hold yourself at a higher level, a higher standard, and your values have to be seen to the world, because they're yours and everybody should honor them. Yeah, crazy people respected and loved. Very true, someone said. And yeah, I mean, if there's no other facts, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm speaking some facts, because setting boundaries is real. Not everybody lives your life. Not everybody, walks a mile in your shoes, knows how you feel, or any of that stuff. So I just wanted to point that out. Make sure you guys also check out my Zodiac videos. All of y'all. I worked hard reenacting those places. It took me 7 months to do that. Talks about personality traits. This is off subject, but since I have you on my live, and these are the most recent videos that I dropped, I would like you to check them out and let me know what you think. Also, I am going to be doing a podcast on Sunday. And I will be posting more information about that on my community tab. So if you guys wanted to check that out, stay tuned on my channel, and I will be posting that, and my Instagram, Tiffany Cuts the Pain at Tiffany Cuts the Pain, TIFFANI Cuts the Pain. Tiffany Cuts the Pain. Thank you. I did what New York Travel Gods came on my channel again. Thank you very much. They have a YouTube channel as well. Go check them out for all the great traveling tips and ideas. I like it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Check me out. I'm probably going to be going live sometime later in the week. This one's a short one too. I wish I could make it last an hour, 2 hours like some YouTubers, but a little bit of something is better than not a whole lot of nothing. But y'all gonna see more of me. It's the summertime promise. I'll be right up in here. All right. So I'm glad people enjoyed it. I see people said that they liked it. Make sure you like my video. Make sure you share this with a friend. Make sure you share this with cousin Larry, who don't know how to set. no daggone boundary, who keep digging in your pocket. Remember Malcolm X, get your hand out my wallet. Get your hand out my pocket. Tell Cousin Larry, get his hand out your pocket and set some boundaries, daggone it. Because you deserve it and you're worth it. Okay. And I love you guys, watching you guys, talking to you guys. Catch me again and share with a friend. Peace.